this and then share my screen. I was trying to get my coffee in this morning. There it is. Okay. All right. So while I won't see you as much, please make sure that you are paying attention. It's funny. You guys, when you're in your first period, you're all logging into the website and trying to see what's next. So I don't know if you're paying much attention first period. What do you guys have first period? Is it like free time? Or is there, I mean, I'm just curious.
We have PE.
Oh, okay. Most of you
I
have,
have math.
oh, you have
But
math.
some of us have math.
Okay. So the ones who are logging in are the ones who have P. Got it.
No.
Just nothing to do. Okay. Well, anyway, I was just curious. I was like, what are they doing? Are they not doing work? How come they're logging in? I don't mind, but it's funny. It's funny that you guys are logging in. And I know because it tells me. It doesn't tell me who. It just tells me like, you're visiting the website. You're on the Google Docs and whatnot. Okay, bueno, vamos a empezar. Entonces, la clase pasada, last class, let me zoom this thing really quick. La clase pasada empezamos a hacer los irregulares. These are the irregulars in the future. And they're only irregulars because they changed the spelling. Everything else is regular, they're used the same. So there's two ways to use irregulars. And we started with poder. Poder, all of you already know, is to be able to. Entonces, I put an example of how it's conjugated. Podré, like if you want to conjugate it, tú, yo podré, tú podrás, él podrá, etc. You guys already know that. And so this is one way in which you can do it. And I told you that it's super easy to figure out the spelling because literally what you do is you take out the vowel. So like you do that, right? And then you add whatever or as or let's see which one. Podré, podrás, hemos, and, right? So it's super easy. All you gotta do is delete that. So that's one way. Like, and then I gave you an example. No podré llevar los niños a la escuela. I won't be able to take kids to school. So all this, the yellow is obviously in the future tense, el futuro. But then I give you another way to do it, which I feel like it's the easier way, and it's also the most used. So if you're like, yeah, I'm not about that life of conjugating, I don't want to do that, that's okay. There's actually an easier way to do it. So if you want to learn way number 2, as I'll call it, go ahead. When we take the test next week, not going to affect too much if you do this way instead of this way. But I still want to teach it to you because, eventually you'll speak to somebody and they're going to come up with this and you'll be like, I don't know what you're saying, So, but in my experience and as a native speaker, most people use this, vas a poder. Like you don't say no podré. You say no voy a poder. I think that's, and we have 3 native language speakers. Let me ask Perla. Perla, is that correct? Like most people don't say this, don't use podré. They say no voy a poder.
Yeah, correct.
Right? Okay, so see, I'm right. So yeah, so most people say voy. Like in this case, right, you have this no podré. Instead of saying that, people will say no voy a poder. Like that's, I don't know why. I know it's longer, but I guess people just see it as easier. So if you want to learn number 2, go ahead. Again, I did a little thing on the bottom for you where I said no podremos, and then right underneath, I said no voy a poder. These 2 green highlighted things, 1 and 2, they're exactly the same thing. Like there's nothing different about them except for the spelling, right? So the first one is no podremos ir a la plaza por el coronavirus. Like we're not going to be able to go to the plaza because of the virus. And then no voy a poder, right? This is just me. I'm not going to be able to go to the restaurant with my mom. So, and that's true for all the irregulars. If you just insert voy or vas, good to go. Okay? Bueno, seguimos. And then I went on, fui para la palabra decir. Decir means to say or tell, right? So like the way in English you would say is I will say. Again, two ways. Número uno, diré. Entonces, en diré is just me saying, right? Yo diré, tú dirás, él dirá, nosotros diremos, ustedes dirán. Normal conjugation. This is the conjugation way, if you will, okay? And then I showed you that this word is always accompanied with que, no matter the form, right? Decir or diré que. And que in this form means that. So I give you an example in the bottom, like, here's the example in Spanish and here's the example in English, right? El próximo lunes, so this part is next Monday, I'll say to my dad that I need money. Diré a mi papá, right? That's the part right there. Diré a mi papá, I'll say to my dad, here's your word, diré, that I need, here's that. Diré que. So let me scroll it all over here. Right there. So there's a yellow. Diré a mi papá que, and I put that just in case you were like, what is que in here? Necesito dinero. So notice que takes a lot of ways. Like it's not just what, right? Que haces? What are you doing? It's not just what. In this case, it's also that. So it's a little confusing on that side, but you just know that the reason why there's a que here is because there's diré or decir. Okay, number two is voy a decir. Again, you say voy with the regular verb. You don't have to conjugate it at all. And it's exactly the same thing. So diré, I'll say, voy a decir, I'll say the same thing. And here's your example. I literally took the example on the top, made it in the bottom, and just changed diré, right, this little part, to voy a decir. So el próximo lunes, same thing, el próximo lunes, voy a decir, right, instead of diré, and here's my dad, that que necesito dinero. Okay, so in case you were wondering what do these sentences mean, it's right here. This is the translation. Put like stars right there. So that's how far we got. We got through two words. Entonces, hoy, today, vamos a hacer otras palabras, ¿ok? Y venimos a hacer. Hacer, vamos a ver. Anastasia, what's hacer? Hacer.
Oh, God. I'm pretty sure that's the,
Haciendo.
I don't know, I forgot.
No, okay, so hacer means to make or do.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. So to make or do. And I think hacer, make or do, is one of those words that you have to learn in Spanish because they are so, it's so common, you know? Okay, so para hacer el futuro, so here's the future way, and we're gonna start again with the way number one, and this is where you start taking notes. The other one was just going over, okay? So if you want to put a title to your notes, un título a tus notas, hacer. Hacer is to make or do. And here's, maybe I should put way number one, okay? I'll just keep it in English for the sake of doing this fast. Bueno, entonces tenemos la manera número uno, way number one, y hacemos haré. I'm going to conjugate it for you. Yo haré to, here, conjugate it. Yo haré, tú harás, él hará, nosotros haremos, y ustedes harán. So here's your way number one, right? Let me see if I can make it smaller. Go ahead and copy that, copia eso. Bueno, entonces, your way number one is to do your regular conjugation, right? And hacer is an irregular, regular, because you don't say haceré, right? You know, the rule in el futuro is that you keep the original and then you just add the conjugation. What in this case, you don't keep it original, you change it. And the way you change it is you delete these two words. Okay, so I'm going to put those in red there. So notice that hacer, right, H-A-C-E-R, turns into are. So you got rid of CE. And then you just add the normal conjugations like E, which is for yo, and as, y a, hemos, y an. Those are the conjugations for the future. Remember, we're still doing future, right? And here's our example. Mañana, which is tomorrow. Mañana, mi mamá y yo haremos unas hamburguesas en el patio, right? And yes, I know it's wrong. Mañana, there you go. Mañana, tomorrow. A ver, ¿quién? True. What does the sentence say?
In the morning, me and
No,
my
tomorrow.
mom.
Not in the morning.
Oh, tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
Me and my mom make hamburgers on the patio.
Muy bien. We're gonna make, or we'll make, right? So we'll make hamburgers in the patio. Muy bien. So that's one way. And you can see I use haremos. Sorry. I said haremos in the sentence. Dije haremos. Porque it's us, right? My mom and me. It's us. Nosotros. So that's why I use haremos in this case. So this is just one way you can use it. Okay, let's go. Excuse me. Let's go on to way number 2. Oops. And way number 2 is that very easy way that I'd rather have you guys learn, is voy a hacer. Voy a hacer huevos con chorizo para el desayuno. Entonces, here's your hacer. And who's gonna make them? ¿Quién los va a hacer? Haley Simons. It says, voy a hacer. Who is going to make? It seems like it doesn't have a person, but it does. Who's gonna make eggs? What does voy stand for? Does it stand for me? Does it stand for he, for she, for them? Do you remember?
Would it be I?
Muy bien. Sí, it's I. Entonces, I hope you guys haven't forgotten. I think I have. Here it is, right? Yo voy. Tú vas. Él va. Nosotros vamos. Ustedes van. Right? Here are the conjugations for voy. So, if you make this voy, right? That means I'm going to make, or I'm gonna make. And Faith, go ahead and finish the sentence. What does the sentence say? ¿Qué dice la oración?
Just translate it.
Please.
I will make eggs and chorizo. Desayuno for.
For. Do you know what desayuno means?
I totally forgot what that means.
Breakfast. For breakfast. That's what it says.
Okay.
Okay. Entonces, but you get the point. There's 2 ways to make irregulars or to use irregulars in the future tense, en el futuro. Manera número 1 is the conjugation, right? And I put it right here. Haré, harás, hará, haremos, harán. Like, you've practiced this so many times, you already know And then the easier way is to include voy in it. And when you have voy, all you need is voy a plus the whatever verb you're trying to use, right? And all that you got to do to the verb is keep it original, right? Here's your original verb. Here's your original verb on the bottom, right? And then you add any other information, okay? Are we clear on that? ¿Estamos bien? ¿Sí? Well, I can't hear you because your eyes are all muted. See, but I don't want to unmute you because then we have start hearing all kinds of noises. But I think I'm gonna move on. So far, let me go back to really quick. So far, we've done poder. Let me go back to this. We've done poder, we've done decir, and now we've done hacer. So let me turn it blue, just so we know. Okay. So there's 12. We're not gonna do all 12 because that's a lot. It's a lot. So the ones for the test, actually, since I'm teaching you the other way, I will ask you to know all of them, but teach explicitly, I'm gonna only teach you a few, okay? For the test, you need to know poder, you need to know decir, you need to know hacer, okay? And we're gonna go to the next one, which is querer. So querer is right here. Turn it blue because we are gonna finish it. There it is. So far, out of the 12, we have done, or we will have done 2, 4. Vamos a hacer 4, okay? Then we said tener, poner, 5, 6. So out of the 12, I'm gonna go into detail for 6 of them, okay? So go ahead and be taking notes as I go. Okay, querer. So you guys have used it when you say, quiero una manzana, o quiero un taco. What's quiero, Sofia Carneiro? Or what's querer? Any clue?
No,
No?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Is it to want?
Yep, it's to want. So, put that up there. There you go. Okay, entonces querer is to want. Obviously, if you're gonna use it in the future, you're gonna say I or all want, right? That's how you would say it in the future in English. Like, I'm gonna want this. That's how you usually say, I'm gonna want that. I'm not gonna want that, right? Usually when you're selecting stuff. So, querer means to want. And the future is all want. Now, way number 1, again, número 1, is the normal conjugation. And in this case, wait, there it is. Aquí tenemos que tornamos la palabra like that. Okay, so this is kind of your new root. So all I did in the original was take out this E. I deleted that E. Right?
But listen, Snoop Dogg fucking stole every
Whoa, somebody got unmuted.
big old pack of weed so people could either see good.
Can you guys unmute whomever is talking? Can you unmute? Because if you're having a side conversation, hon, you can't teach. Okay, there's Elijah. Somebody texted. Okay, all right, Haley, that's okay. I think I figured. Okay. Yes, true, you can. Okay, so how did I build care, right? That's kind of what it says, care. Well, all I did was delete the E. So that's how you kind of achieve it, right? This is for the conjugation again. So how does it start? Well, it's yo. Oops. Yo querré. Tú querrás. Él querrá. Nosotros queremos. Y ustedes. Sorry, I think these people get kicked out easily. Okay, y querrán. Literally no one uses this. Like I've never even heard anybody say, yo querré un taco, right? No one says that. But I still want to teach it to you just in case you come across some weird person who says it. And so you're not like, what are they saying? I'm not even going to give an example because it sounds so weird. But way number 2 is the one that's used the most, okay? Don't tell anyone I told you that. Bueno, so ¿cómo lo hacemos en el way number 2? Yes. Okay, got it. That's fine. Yes, that's okay. Benjamin, can you let him know that I'm still recording for YouTube? And so I'm going to post it on YouTube. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
He
Just
can
wanted
do
to
it.
let you know. So
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay. Entonces, how do we do it on way number 2? I hate that I don't have that much space. Let me quickly change the layout of this thing so I can have a little bit more space than the one I have. Teach. Where is it? Right there. There you go. Okay. Entonces, tenemos way number 2, la número 2, que, see, I just kind of brushed through this one because, yeah, it's such a funny way to say stuff. Pero bueno, so way number 2, ¿cómo le hacemos? Es voy, so I'll start with the conjugation for those of you who kind of forgot. Yo voy, tú vas, él va, nosotros, I'll just leave it there. Nosotros vamos, ustedes van. So right now, this word voy, vas, vamos, this is probably one of the most important words you can learn because you can literally substitute almost every, except for the past. Well, the past you say fui. So you actually can substitute most conjugation in Spanish just by using ir, like to go or went or will go or have gone. You can substitute conjugation. So that's actually pretty cool. Entonces, how do you say this? Voy a querer. Vas a, and a is like married to voy, so don't forget to use it. Querer, a querer, iban a querer. Okay, so let me turn one of these into a sentence. Vas a querer un hot dog para, vamos a poner, un perro caliente. There's a hot dog, un perro caliente para la cena. And I've only heard a couple of people call them like that, but we're going to just keep it like that. Él va a querer ir, right? Querer ir. Because after querer, you usually have a regular conjugation verb. Querer ir a la escuela. Pronto. Pronto means soon. So there's 2 examples for you. Entonces, querer, there's 2 ways to use it. One is querré, querrás, querrá, querremos, which you can use it. No shame on that. But hopefully you can adopt this way as the easier way and the one that most people use. Most Spanish-speaking people use voy a querer. And it's usually used with when you want food because that's what you want, right? So that's why I use food. But for example, this one says voy a él, he is gonna want to go to school. That's what it says. Él va a querer ir a la escuela. So notice I kind of just violated one of the rules that I taught you, but that's why this is an irregular, because when you use it like that and you want to use another verb in front of it, this verb, right? This verb's the original. So anytime, let me add that into the rules. Anytime you have querer before a verb, the verb stays original. Okay? So that's the rule. Anytime, literally anytime you have querer, the verb that follows it is an original. Querer comer. Yo quiero comer. Yo voy a querer comer, right? So anytime you have this in whatever of its conjugations or forms, the next verb that follow, if there's a verb following it, it stays original. Okay? So let me turn that like some color, like there you go. That's a super important rule that you want to know. Bueno, let's move on. Actually, we've done 2, 2, 4. Okay, I'm gonna do one more because this one's, actually I'll skip this one for now. I'll do poner. Change the layout really quick. So I'm gonna do poner. Y poner, and oh, by the way, the only reason why I'm skipping tener is because it's gonna take us a lot of time. That one's a little bit more complicated. And so I want to leave it for next class because I also don't want to overwhelm you too much. And I want to go over a sample. Okay. Vamos a empezar. Entonces, poner means to put. To put. It also means to add. Put an ad, yeah. Okay, so how do you use it when you're trying to use the future? So when you're trying to use the future, this says, I will put, right? Or for shorter, I'll put. Like, I'll put my shoes in the closet, right? That's how you say it. That's how you use it in the future. I'll put my shoes in the closet. Way number 1. Caps. Way number 1 is pondre, like that. Okay. Okay, so what happened to poner was literally, again, took out the E. So I got rid of the vowel, deleted that, and added a D. So now you have pondre. So how do you conjugate it? In future tense, same way, pondré, tú, pondrás, él pondrá, nosotros pondremos, ustedes pondrán. And unlike the other ones, I've definitely heard, sorry, whoa. I've definitely heard people use this way. But again, this one's also predominant. So both ways are useful. Unlike querer, where most people don't say yo querré, right? That's sort of a weird way to say stuff. But this one people use it. So I'll give you an example. Let's see. Pondrás tu ropa, your clothes, right? Pondrás tu ropa en la lavadora. I don't want to ask you because that's going to take us a while. So yes, they all have accents. Here's a question, right? As an example. Pondrás, right? Will you put your clothes in the washing machine? Pondrás tu ropa en la lavadora. A statement. Pondré dinero. Dinero means money. Dinero para la comida. I'm going to put money for the food, right? Something you would totally say. Yes, Google. I know you need an accent. There you go. Bueno, so that's way number 1. Way number 2 is different, but not different than the ones we've done. Way number 2. Okay, so make sure you're taking notes as I am going. ¿Cómo le hacemos? Otra vez. Yo voy a poner. Tú vas a poner. And él va a poner. Okay, and then I don't want to finish the other because you already know what they are about. Entonces, how to use in a sentence. Yo voy a poner, let's look at this one. It's the same thing, right? Yo voy a poner, oops. Yo voy a poner dinero para la comida. So, way number 2. Okay, so you see these 2 on the bottom? Yo voy a poner dinero para la comida. And in this one, pondré dinero para la comida. Let me change the color so it's not confusing. So if you see the green one here and the yellow one up here, these two examples are saying the same exact thing. The only thing that's changing is these words. And this one. I mean, like the spelling is changing, right? There's more words. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 words, and then there's one word in here. These 4 words and this one word mean the same thing, okay? That's why I'm saying this is one way to do it. This is another way to do it. You adopt the way you want, okay? I'm not gonna require you to know both ways. Showing you just for the sake of teaching you all the possible ways that something can happen, but you adopt the one way that you feel most comfortable with. I think this might be the way. And by the way, people talk like this. Maybe I've heard a little bit about saying like pondrés, pondrás. I'm I guess more educated and stuff, but you won't sound uneducated if you use this way. Like most people use it anyway. So I want you to focus. And plus you already know voy, vas, va, vamos. So much easier. You don't need to worry about taking the E and taking the D and none of that. You don't have to worry about that, okay? Because again, there's your original verb, okay? Entonces, I'm gonna stop right there with those. And today, hoy vas a hacer un diálogo. Go to Google Classroom. Google Classroom. Vas a hacer un diálogo. You're gonna make a dialogue. So I'm gonna make one with you. We have about 15 minutes, so hopefully that'll be Classroom. And then somebody was trying to get in, I think. True. Okay. Entonces, let me go to Español 1. And I'm gonna make a new one, create assignment. And this is classwork. I'm just gonna make it in English. Classwork for today is the 20th. Muy bien. So, hoy es 4/20/20. And I'm going to create some notes in here. There you go. And then this is gonna be due today. So I'm gonna create a sample and then you're gonna add your own. So you're gonna make a sample your own, okay? So let me do it for 30 points. It is due today. So se entrega hoy, lunes, and it'll be due at 5 p.m., okay? Entonces, assign, chat, yes ma'am, boy. Thank you, what? Thank you, True. Just know that, maybe, I don't know if you can hear me, but just know that this has been recorded, so you can always go back and access it. Okay. So, where'd it go? Okay. So I'm gonna just title it Diálogo. And again, this is a sample you can look at. Can't copy it. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing that I want to have is know which words I need to use. So I'm going to ask you guys to use the new words, the irregulars, like, so we use poder, not tener, poder, poner, what else do we use? Querer, hacer. Okay, so there's 4. Querer, hacer, right? And with this one, I'm gonna ask you to use, quiero que uses también los adverbios de tiempo. So I'm gonna use siempre, nunca, todavía, y aunque. So these are the adverbs of time because I don't want you guys to lose those. So here's my words. I need to use these words. Well, I'm gonna highlight them. There you go. So those are the words that I need to use in my sample, right? So let me start my dialogue. We'll have yo, tú, yo, tú, yo, tú, right? And you start your conversation. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Right, the way you know how to start a conversation. Bien, gracias. Okay, and then we start my questions, right, with her. ¿Puedes ir And again, this is also future tense. So let me add that. Futuro. So everything has to be in the future tense. Puedes ir conmigo. Conmigo is with me. Conmigo a la fiesta el viernes. And then you say, por favor. Por favor means please. And then you can say, no, voy a querer ir al restaurante con mi familia. There you go. So the person said, no, I'm gonna want to go to the restaurant with my family. We can continue the conversation. Nunca, this is present, right? Nunca quieres, and here it is, nunca quieres hacer. You never want to do anything, nada, conmigo. Now she's mad. So it's more like a boyfriend-girlfriend kind of conversation. Never want to do anything with me. Nunca, right? Nunca quieres hacer, want to do anything with me. Nunca quieres hacer. Let me see. Let me do poner. Tú siempre pones, this is present tense, I'm not using the future. Pones excusas. So you always have excuses, right? This conversation is turning a little angry, but let's tone it down. Está bien. Yo voy a ir sola. Sola means alone. Oops. So she said, it's okay, está bien. Yo voy a ir sola. I'm going to go alone. Okay. And then your conversation can go on to nunca estás feliz. You're never happy. Yo, tú. Okay. Entonces, para tu ejemplo, for your own example, I want you to use these as well. Okay, so here's the words that I put. Poder, let me copy those. Poder, poner, querer, hacer, siempre, nunca, todavía, aunque. And I haven't used all of them. I'll continue it in just a second. But that's your assignment for today. So I want you guys to.
How long does it need to be?
As long as you're using all the words. That's what I want.
Okay.
And then the notes, you'll find them right here. So I'm going to put the words up here in case you don't want to copy and paste them. So I'm going to say, usa las palabras. And remember, muy importante, futuro. Most of the conversation needs to be about something that's going to happen. Okay, that's how you make a conversation that is in the future. But notice, nota, not everything is in the future because you are talking to a person and there's going to be stuff like in the present tense. That's fine. I don't, but a lot of the things have to be in the future. So you have to be talking about future events, future things. Okay, you can put your emotions in there. You can put foods in there. Literally use what you can. I think the possibilities are endless. So let me put that as a save. So when you come here, right, and you click on the notes that I'm making, there they are. So there's the sample that I'm making for you, and I'll continue right now. Here's your sample. You can always make a copy and turn it in. Just wanted to make sure that you guys, whoa, why did I start sharing my screen? Sorry. Wanted to make sure that when you guys turn stuff in, you need to make sure that there's writing on your papers, because I'll show you something really quick. I don't know how you guys do it. Actually, I do. You say create, and it creates a doc, and you leave the doc blank. You don't do anything, and you go ahead and create another doc, and that's where you put your work. Well, the one that's going to be turned in is the blank one, not the one you wrote in. So I have people who put stuff. Let me choose another class because I've had it in other classes too. Like this class, right? They had an assignment. Let's see. Oh, this was a question. Never mind. Let me see. Oh, this one's a perfect example. So like this person, right? It looks like, well, it says missing, but a lot of the times what I'll have is people think they turned stuff in. Well, these people turned it in through PDFs, doesn't matter, right? But I click on it and all I see is blank. Like I see this, right? Well, this person's gonna get a 0 because there's nothing I can grade. I mean, even if they did do the work, I can't. So usually, you know, because I know you guys are trying to get used to this stuff, I'll write a comment and say, hey, like you didn't turn anything in. I'm gonna put a 0. Make sure you do because, you know, it'll be a 0. So please, when you're gonna do stuff on Google Docs, make sure, and you can actually see it if I'm not mistaken. Once you turn your stuff in, you can see what you turned in. So be careful with that because sometimes I don't have time and the only thing I see is blank. I go 0. I don't even take the time to write a comment and ask you what happened, you know? So because it's up to you. This is all your responsibility. If it's not in, it's not in. It's on you, not on me. And I can't be chasing you around saying, hey, like, you know. But sometimes I do take my time. I take my time and, you know, I ask you or text you, whatever, say, hey, where's your stuff? But so be careful on that. Okay, so I'm gonna finish my little dialogue so you can say, aunque yo no estoy feliz, te quiero mucho. So what is it saying? Aunque means even though I am not happy, I love you. So, oh, muy bien. And he's gonna say, está bien, voy a ir contigo a la fiesta el viernes. And then she says, seriously? ¿Es en serio? Right? Y él dice, sí. Yo voy a poner mi ropa en el closet y voy a comprar un regalo. Regalo means gift. Para ti, for you. Muy bien. Y ella dice, gracias. Quiero mucho. And he can just say, me too. Yo también. And then we finish the conversation. Voy a la tienda. Adiós. Y tú. Adiós. Right? Should just say, I'm going to go to the store. Bye. Okay, I don't know if they're texting or talking, but super easy, right? I use all the words. You can see voy is like everywhere. I didn't even use the other side, the other way. Like I could have said, pondré mi ropa en el closet, compraré un regalo. I didn't even use conjugation at all. But again, I'm teaching it to you because you need to know it in terms of, hey, this exists. But in terms of use, voy is the one that's mostly used when you're talking in, I think, both present and future tense. Okay? So that's what you're going to do for classwork. Now let me go over we have about 5 minutes. So let me stop. Oh, actually, no, I need to record it. Okay, sorry. So let me go to planes de clase. So here's what we did today. We didn't do this because we didn't have to. It's just due today. So make sure you turned in your homework. So today's homework was to read from your Lecturas book, which if you go to the site is right here under the readings. You had to read, get new words, and define them and write a summary. And then you also had to do a Flipgrid video. So make sure that you did not neglect the Flipgrid video, okay? All right, so today's homework is you're gonna escribe una historia usando irregulares. Let me put the ones that I... So, which one do we do? Poder, poner, hacer, querer. Okay, and of course this is in the future tense, futuro. Excuse me. So this is not a dialogue, this is a story, okay? And this is due Wednesday. Se entrega el miércoles, okay? Preguntas, questions. Preguntas. No, no. Okay,
How long
entonces.
does the story have to be?
Ay, no sé, unas 10, 12 oraciones. So like 10 to 12 sentences. That's how much I can think of. Sí, necesito que practique. I need you guys to practice. And by the way, your test, let's see, let me look at my calendar. Your test is going to be next week. So next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday, because we need to move on to other stuff. I've lingered too much with the future tense and stuff. So next Wednesday, so the 29th is going to be your test. So next class, we're still going to learn stuff. You'll have all Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to study. And then Monday before the day of the test, so 27th, we're going to do a review day where we're going to go over everything that we've learned. So we have one more day of learning new stuff. And then after that, you're going to be on your own to study. So I don't think I can reiterate enough. You need to do the homeworks. I'm not there with you for 2 hours every other day. That's not happening anymore, you know? And if you're not doing the homeworks, then you're not practicing at all. And the truth is, when you come to the test, your brain is going to be blank. You're not going to know anything. And so the tests are still counting, you know? So make sure you're doing the homework. And if you don't know how to do the homework, call me through Zoom. You know, I'm here 12 to 2 and nobody gets here. Like, I'm sitting right there doing stuff and I check and try to see who's there and nobody's there. And if you don't know how to call me, text me. I can call you, you know, I'll find you and make the call so you don't have to worry about it. But the way you make the call is you go to the same link that you use for the Google Classroom and click on it and stay there until I get there. If I'm not there, then, you know, text me and say, hey, I'm here in the meeting. Can you join? So there's no other link for tutoring. You just use the same link and I'll be there. Okay. So make sure that if you are falling behind, that you can let me know. But mostly I know that through your work. So make sure that you're turning it in. Okay. So I'm going to end the meeting now. Stop my share. And let me take a really quick, don't leave yet. I need to take a quick picture of who's here. I need to take a dance later on. All right. Perfect. Okay. So have a great day. Stop recording.